the parents get him married so that he has somebody else to blame. No one here, Sri Krishna says, yes, you've got to get out of this and admit that you don't want to stay in this state of mind. First come to a conclusion. First come to a decision that you don't want to stay in this state of mind. Don't stay over there justifying. Don't stay over there wallowing in self-sympathy. The moment you recognize that this is a problem, you say that yes, I need to work on it, get out of it. And that is not all. He says the next step is Atmana Atmanam Uddhare. You have to help yourself. Don't look in any other direction. And this is the major difference between Vedanta and the other theologies, other religions. In other places you are going to find that there are prophets and gods who are promising you that they will come and help you sometime. And their help is going to come at the end of the world. Presently they are going to say that whatever it may be, you suffer. And we will arrive when everything is settled, only to tell you who's going to go to the heaven and who's going to go to the hell. And that is what they call as help. Is this an help? This is a mockery. That you are in pain. He promises that he will help you. And then his help comes when you don't require it. When you are dead and gone, then he arrives. It's like bringing an ambulance when the person is dead. You bring the ambulance when he needs to go and he can be saved, not after he dies. Then after you bring garlands, Aarti ke liye. In India we put garlands on the bier. I have not seen any funeral here, so I don't know what happens. Garlands? Okay. Flower garlands, okay. Don't look. And Shri Krishna also does not give that kind of a promise. That I am going to solve your problems. And look at that, what a beautiful relationship is this with Arjuna and Shri Krishna. That Shri Krishna does not say that I am going to change situations for you. And nor is Arjuna saying that change situations for me. Arjuna says, give me that knowledge. And Shri Krishna says that yes, listen Arjuna, this is what is required. He says, Uddharet Atmana Atmanam. You have to help yourself. Can you find anywhere in any religion anybody being this blunt and this clean? Anywhere. No promises. Uddharet Atmana Atmanam Arjuna, you will only have to come out of it. And I can tell you, not even your psychologists over here are going to say this, they are going to say, yes, we are going to help you. Nobody says that you will have to work on yourself. Because everybody else's business is dependent on your misery. You know, no offenses, but who is a successful doctor? The The whole business is dependent on somebody else's misery. So also goes true for these prophets. Shri Krishna does not belong to that league. He says, Uddarega Atmana Atmanam, you will have to do that. Having said that much, I want to introduce you to what would it mean as to help yourself. And for which I am going to take you not through Bhagavad Gita but through a little bit of Yoga Sutra. Because my firm belief is that the way to Bhagavad Gita is paved through yoga. Because he is asking you to become a yogi. Either a yogi who is accomplished or a yogi who wants the accomplishment. Either he is a yoga rudha, accomplished one, or he is a one who wants to be accomplished, arurukshu. Just this. A mind which is full of afflictions is a factory which keeps manufacturing dukkham. And it is on your autopilot mode. You may not want your mind to manufacture worries and anxieties, but it does. It keeps on doing it. You may want your mind to quiet down, but it keeps on churning, throwing out more and more. Therefore, sage Patanjali says that the mind which has got these 5 kleshas, kleshas means afflictions. A mind which has these 5 afflictions is a mind which is very toxic and dangerous to himself. And once you are dangerous to yourself, you are not going to be hesitant to become dangerous to the world. A terrorist has this psychology. He doesn't mind blowing himself up, and therefore he does not mind blowing you up. Once when you are dangerous to yourself, you don't mind becoming dangerous to anyone else. Klesha, it is a technical term. Klesha means affliction. Bhagavan Patanjali categorizes them into these 5. The first one, he says, is avidya, ignorance. And according to sage Patanjali, ignorance is not absence of knowledge. Ignorance is not absence of knowledge. And if you are ever going to step into the classes for Vedanta, we are going to tell you that there is nothing like absence of knowledge. But that is a different discussion. I am simply going to tell you that over here, avidya does not mean absence of knowledge. Because the word avidya has got these 2 things. A is a prefix. Upasarga. It is a prefix. Negative particle added to, prefixed to vidya. Vidya means knowledge. A means absence. But just does not mean absence, but that also has got a connotation of being something different, being opposite. So avidya, the word does not mean absence of knowledge. Avidya actually means over here that viparita jnanam, a contrary or contradictory knowledge. Wrong understanding is what he says is avidya. Misunderstanding is avidya. That what is dukkham, you start calling it as sukham. Wrong. Something that is dangerous, you start calling that as being good. It's avidya. This is ignorance. That what is dukkham, you start calling it as sukham. That what is anityam, you start calling it as nityam. Anityam means that which is temporary, which means it is bound by time. Something that is bound by time, you want to make it permanent. You assume that it is permanent. This form of misunderstanding is avidya. You expect relations also to remain the same way, then you are expecting life to be static, and life is not that what is static. Life is dynamic. It is constantly changing. There is a constant movement. But you are going to say, no, you have to love me the same way that you have been loved, that you told how you were loving me when you were in college. And it's not possible. Now, I love you even more. That's a lie. So one boy said this to that girl, just say me those 3 words which will make me feel out of the world. Just 3 words to make me feel out of the world. And she said, go to hell. Yeah, it's out of the world. It's there. Avidya. That what is anatma is taken to be the atma. That what you are not is assumed to be your reality, assumed to be you. This is avidya. And mind you, Bhagavan Patanjali as well as Shri Krishna, every teacher they are all of this, they agree, they are unanimously in agreement over this, that avidya, ignorance, is the mother of all the other problems. And you are not going to find this thing anywhere else. Rest of the places people are trying to convince you that your problems are there because of some original sin, because God has cast you over here, because God is trying to test you. We are saying that all these problems, the dukkham, is there because of ignorance, avidya. And avidya goes away not by you going to the heaven. Please mind you. You can go to the heaven and still remain the same ignorant fool. Isn't it? Like people come to Rishikesh and Kashi and go back without taking Ganga bath. For what did you come? Oh, Ganga darshan. Darshan ho gaya. Not even a drop of the Ganga water on the head. You can go to the heaven and still remain a fool. So it is not a guarantee. And therefore, even when you go to the heaven and the ignorance is intact, that means that very thing which is creating dukkham is there. It is intact. Going to the heaven is also not going to be an escape. Therefore, those who are trying to convince you that go to the heaven and all your problems are going to finish, we have to seriously ask them this question. Did you go to the heaven to find out? Please find out, are you in dukkham because you are not in heaven? What is the reason that you are suffering? By my not going to the heaven, if I was suffering, then I can admit that yes, going to the heaven is the solution. But you are hell-bent on saying that heaven is the place that you need to go to have all your problems resolved.